There is nothing quite as cool as seeing your work on a big screen in front of a crowd. I got to have that experience recently at Craft and Commerce, Kit's annual conference for creators, where we do our biggest product launch of the year. This year we did our biggest product launch ever. And even though I'm creative director, I don't actually do the design output myself so much these days. I did work on some motion graphics for the presentation. They turned out to be very successful at helping the audience understand the value of the feature we were launching. So let me talk you through how I created them and the role that Claude Design played in the process. So I am lucky enough that on my team at Kit, on the brand studio team, we have a fantastic motion designer, and he created this product animation explainer video for the biggest feature we were launching, subscriber signals. So this was a video that we played to officially launch the feature. But as we were working on the keynote, we realized that we needed some key visuals to help really explain the problem that this feature solves and the idea behind the way that it solves it. Something much more simple and diagrammatic, if that's a word. But I felt very strongly that they needed to move to truly say what we needed them to say. And since our motion designer's time was tied up with the explainer animation for not only this feature, but all of the other features we were launching, I decided to try out Claude Design. I'd been reading the keynote script and I had just this vision in mind for what should be on screen at the point that our CEO Nathan was talking about the fact that it's really easy to know an individual person on your email list when you have just 10 subscribers on it. And it gets harder and harder the more that your email list grows for you to spot that one individual. So I went to Claude Design and I gave it a bit of context. I said, I want to do this by having small dots on screen, maybe it's a dark screen with white dots, and then one of them highlights blue to call out one specific person. We start with 10 dots on screen, after we add 100, etc. I'd like sliders and tweaks to be able to adjust the time that each individual set of dots is on screen, so I can adjust the timing to match the presentation. Like with any AI project, there was a bit of back and forth, but this is the visual that I created.
I remember the first 10 people who signed up for my email list. At 100 subscribers, you can keep that kind of connection. It's hard at 10,000 subscribers. At 50,000 subscribers, that feeling is nearly impossible to hold on to. The individuals are lost in the crowd and they're buried in stats like active subscribers and click-through rates. It's not that I didn't care about each person. I couldn't see them anymore. Because
I had already set up a design system in Claude Design with the Kit brand colors, typography, all of that. It was using, the right fonts and it knew the right blue to use, for example, from that prompt where I said the blue dot. You might have heard that Claude Design is very token hungry, and that is true. I used up my weekly allowance for 2 weeks straight just setting up the design system, but I think it's gotten a bit better now that it's kind of just included and not a separate usage. And also if you set up tweaks, which is what I did with this one, as you saw in the prompt, you can adjust things without having to prompt it, because this is basically just giving you settings to play with the HTML animation. This let me change the timing, and it also gave me the option to turn off showing the subscriber count, but I decided to keep it on because it was kind of a helpful visual. And then to get in the presentation, please tell me if you know a better way than this, but basically what I did was I recorded my screen and I let it play. And then I dropped that screen recording into the Keynote file. And by Keynote, I mean Figma slides. I was really happy with how this turned out, and honestly, it was my first Claude Design experiment where I actually felt like I got a result I could use for what I needed it for. I cannot imagine the amount of time it would have taken me with my somewhat rudimentary these days motion graphics skills, how long it would have taken me to create this in After Effects. I know also that the motion designer on our team could have made this, honestly could have improved on it in many ways. There's a part in the transition between sizes where it's trying to be a full zoom out, but really it's partly zooming out, partly fading out. And so, that's something that could be improved upon. But guess what? It didn't need to be, because as it is, this did the job of explaining and clearly showing the problem. So with that success under my belt, I decided to try create another visual for an area of the keynote where we were struggling a little bit with the static visuals of how to best communicate it. We wanted to talk about the difference between traditional funnel-based marketing, where you have a bunch of attention and views at the top and clicks, and you nurture people through your funnel, through your sales sequence or whatever, until you get buyers at the end. The difference between doing that and doing signals-based marketing, where you identify who your high value audience members, subscribers or whatever are at the top of the funnel, so you can specifically nurture them through, rather than just finding out at the end of the funnel who the high ticket buyers were. I'm sure you can imagine. That's hard to communicate in a static visual. So I set about making a series of animations. The first one that I asked it to do was to create a motion visual that represents a marketing funnel. I want it to be a simple shape, no text. I said at this point probably using light blue on a white background and show dots coming to the top, some going down to the next level, etc. And when they come out, some of them turn blue to signify that they were a high value opportunity. I'm not sure if it was necessary, honestly, to give the AI the context of the second visual we were gonna make, but whatever. And this time I asked it for tweaks where I could control the speed that they were flowing through the funnel and the amount that makes it through each stage. I did have to clarify in a second prompt that I wanted some dots to stay at each stage of the funnel to show that some do get stuck there. Not everyone goes through your whole marketing funnel. And I ended up changing the colors because I wanted to keep consistency with that zooming out visual I had before where a white dot represented a subscriber. So this was the resulting animation from that. And then I built on that for a moment where Nathan said something like, but what if you could identify who your high value subscribers were further up the funnel? And then this one here was what I got to witness people in our audience have an aha moment about, which was so cool, very satisfying. So this was picking up those high value subscribers and guiding them through the funnel to become buyers at the end. And that's the idea of specifically nurturing those folks so that they're the ones who make it through. And then one more, which was just a funnel using signals-based marketing, where all of the blue dots, you know about them from the beginning, and they all make it through to the end because you've nurtured them in the right way. I didn't have to tell Claude exactly which hex colors to use because it already has our library. You can see there's a soft shadow around the funnel steps and even the corner radius on the boxes as well. I didn't have to tell it that because it also pulled that from our design system. And so that effort that I went into to set that up at the very beginning paid off in this situation where I needed to create some visuals quickly to demonstrate a concept. And I was able to do that with honestly not a ton of back and forth. There was still a lot of decisions that I was making. For example, I had the big picture vision of the keynote and what we needed at each step. And I was the one building up this pattern where a white dot equals a subscriber, a blue dot equals the high value subscriber or the subscriber you're trying to identify. And that was a visual motif we repeated throughout the presentation, not just in these animations, but in a couple more as well. And overall, I heard feedback from a lot of people that they loved these animations. In fact, I got text from a few folks as they were happening on the big screen, so that totally made my day. I know that AI in our industry in particular is a very controversial topic. I myself have mixed feelings on it, but I know that for this project, using Claude Design helped us to get these visuals made. These turned out to be super impactful and really important to the overall story we were telling in the keynote, but all of the much more detailed, much more involved animations that Dale was focused on, it was definitely the right priority call to have him focus on those instead of asking him to work on these visuals. And so Claude Design enabled me to bring that idea to life myself very quickly. Could we have made better animations if we actually dedicated motion graphic, hands-on resource to it? Yes. Did we need to? No. I think we as designers need to see AI, and Claude Design in particular, honestly, I think it's the first and only AI design tool that I've actually been impressed by. We need to see it as a tool to bring our ideas to life faster, not as something that does the thinking and the ideas for us, but a tool that we art direct, that we creative direct. And that's what I did in this situation, as you can see. If you're interested in more content about how I, as creative director, am using AI and Claude Design as part of the creative process in a real life setting, in a real life business, because I feel there's a lot of exploration and showing the possibilities, but I want to show you what's actually helping and what we've actually been able to produce and put out into the world or implement into our systems. So if you're interested in that, please follow along. I've apparently been on a motion design kick with Claude Design because I also recently made some animations for one of our feature pages on our site. So let me know if you'd be interested in hearing about those and tell me how you're feeling about AI. Are you using it in your process? How's it helping you? What wins have you had? Please feel free to share tips down below in the comments. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in my next video or in my next newsletter issue.